Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and with me is my beautiful wife and star of the show, Cori Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us here on R&R. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty, Silva Lending, and Silva Property Management, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We're super excited to have you all here with us today. Thank you so much for always showing your support and showing up. Well, who else is loving Chris's energy today? Let's see if he could keep it through the whole show.
I finished my second cup of coffee right before the show started.
He's feeling good today. Well, welcome to the third week of March and officially welcome to spring. Yesterday was the first official day of spring. Who else is ready to kick things into gear? Are you ready?
Oh, yeah. We already shifted into overdrive, and we're only in March.
Yes. So he's ready for the real estate season to ramp up, which it pretty much already has, right? Like spring already sprung.
Spring already sprung yesterday, correct? It's, like clockwork. It starts to happen in March. People are like, all right, I'm ready to start looking, or I want to get qualified, or hey, I'm going to do spring cleaning to get my house ready to sell. Like, we've gotten all those phone calls already.
Right. Sprucing it up and doing some touch-up paint.
And believe it or not, people are refinancing again, even with the rates being at 7%.
Well, yes. Because overall, sometimes it makes more sense just to pay off all of your debt, even though the rate's a little bit higher, to consolidate all those payments that keep ramping up.
When you have 30% interest rates on your credit cards and your car 17%, and
wait, your car is 17%?
Oh, yeah. Some people have.
What?
When you have those big lump sums of money that you owe.
Oh, Lord.
And you got a small loan at 3-4%, it makes sense to do it.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. Well, if anyone has any questions on loans, we're here for you. We're your people. Well, a little rain is headed our way, and we're set to have some showers on Saturday. That'll be a nice break from all this beautiful weather we're having. Said no one ever. Was that the day we were going to have our famous Silva garage sale?
Well, I believe we did have that garage sale. We sold out of everything. And then I woke up because that's never going to happen. I don't think we're ever going to have a garage sale. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to get stuff out of our garage.
Right.
And our neighbor gifted us this handmade bed, right? And the bed is like set up for like college style living, right? Where you have the desk underneath the bed.
Right.
It's like good wood. He built it himself with his two hands, and his daughter outgrew it. He built her something else. I don't know what he built her now. And he was like, do you guys want this? So now that's even in our garage. We got more stuff in there.
We added a bed to the garage.
As of yesterday. So,
oh, my goodness.
I would love to have a garage sale, but in reality, like, we don't have the time to do it.
Honestly, I had Sheena reach out to us, and she was going to come help us do the garage sale. And then, I don't know, weather, timing, and then it was getting close to the day, but then she has other plans. People are coming in from out of town that she didn't know about. So I said, no worries, because when I mentioned it to Santino and Nola and told them, hey, we need to start getting that garage ready prior to her saying that she was unavailable, Santino was like, didn't we already decide we're not going to do a garage sale?
He's already
like,
over it.
Oh, wow. I'm like, okay. I'm like, you sure you don't want to just get out there and sell and, get some money, extra money? Nah, I'm good. We should
Who
just donate
loves
it.
garage sales out there? If you love garage sales and you're that person that gets to the garage sale first because you want to pick through all the stuff first, just give us a call. You can come in our garage.
Exclusive viewing.
Exclusive
just come take
viewing
a look.
to our house. Go through all the stuff that you want. Make us an offer. It's yours. You get it.
Oh my gosh, I'm thinking of Joy right now because Joy does that. She goes to garage sales and she finds really cool items. She knows specific items that people are going to want, and she picks through it. Some of the things she actually upgrades and then resells it.
All right.
She has a business out of it. So I'm going to hit Joy up if she's not watching right now.
Let's do it.
Yes. Well, do you all feel lucky? I know St. Patrick's Day just passed, but the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $977 million. What would you do with that money?
It's fall off the face of the earth. Nobody would ever see me again. I'd be out traveling.
Chris who?
Yeah, exactly. Our kids would never go back to school either. I would just hire somebody to teach them everything. They'd graduate like in 2 years. And we just travel the world. Just have a good time traveling the world, doing good deeds like the A-team in different parts of the country, different parts of the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's got a whole plan. So
Building
you would,
wells in small villages. Like we do cool stuff.
and so that means you would take the large lump sum, right? You wouldn't do the payments over 30 years.
Yeah, that payment over 30 years that's for suckers. There's no way I would do that.
That's poo-poo
How do you know
caca.
the money's still going to be there?
I know.
They could change the tax laws on winnings, right?
Forget that, but what about inflation?
Inflation. Just show me the money right now.
Give it to me.
Like,
Can you go buy some tickets today?
there's somebody that won a couple, like a year ago or something, and he's been buying up all this real estate.
Has he?
Yeah, in SoCal, like in
who
Hollywood
is it?
Hills. I don't know. It's a young guy though. He's probably like in his 30s. Yeah, he's
Good
just
for
buying
him.
up stuff left and right. I mean, I don't know necessarily that I would do that.
Right.
I only need one house to live in. I mean, maybe two. Maybe have a vacation home somewhere. But I think we'd be doing good with that money.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Some people aren't thinking about doing good.
Oh my goodness.
There's
Well,
Jeff Bezos, and then there's his ex-wife that's donating all kinds of money. So
oh, she donates her money.
tons of money.
Good for her.
She's donating like $640 million just this year to nonprofits.
Wow. That's awesome. I
Yep.
love that.
I don't even know her name. That's terrible.
Oh, wow.
She's amazing though. Shout out to Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Dang. Who are you today? Well, catching up with the Silvas, we kicked off the weekend with back-to-back play dates, and it was an amazing start to the weekend, I would have to say. Did you like the weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even.
It
The
flew
weekends
by,
fly
right?
by so fast.
Yes.
I don't remember what happened, but I know it was a double play date because Santino had a play date and so did Cori.
Yes.
Because she was so happy. I mean, you love Santino's bestie's mom, so you guys had a great time.
Yes. Well, when Santino was having his play date with his little bestie, it was right after school on Friday. So that was amazing because they were super excited to see each other. And how many of you all love play dates when the parents who come over are people you can connect with and enjoy time with? Because that's the best. It's nothing worse than having a play date and you feel like you just gotta keep looking at the watch like, man, when's this play date gonna end? I got things to do. Not this time. I was having so much fun. It's like I got a play date too. I got to spend time with Katie, and it was so much fun. I had a great time. And on top of it, we got hooked up at Curry Pizza Company.
Oh, I forgot about this.
Yes, it was so good.
It was so strange. So I'm gonna tell a quick Curry Pizza story. So we only buy pizza on Mondays because it's 40% off.
It's actually Tuesdays.
Whatever. Tuesdays because it's 40% off, right?
Yes.
And that's the only day we buy pizza. But we had guests, so we're like, all right, kid wants pizza, let's get pizza. So now you take it from here. What kind of deal did you get us on this pizza? Because it's like stuff that never happens.
So random. So normally when you call, I don't know if you all do this, but I'll call and be like, hey, do you guys have any pizza specials today? And I already know when their specials are. I order there enough times, but I figured I'd ask. So I said, so what are your specials today? And the guy's like, well, what do you want? And I said, well, I want 2 large pizzas. And he was like, 2 large pizzas? Yeah, it's about $40. I'll give it to you for 30. I felt like I was at the swap meet. I was like, wait, what? Okay.
That's a great deal.
I said 2 for 30. Yes. All right. Sign me up. I'll take 2 pizzas. So then I told him what kind I wanted, a specialty pizza and then a cheese pizza. Oh, you just want cheese on the second pizza? I'll give it to you for $25. I said, whoa, who is this guy on the other line? Like, wow, he's going to get them a lot of business, but man,
They're not going to make any money though.
I don't think they're going to make any money there. I was like, give me those 2 pieces for $25. I was so excited. And then because he was just giving us so many deals, I said, you know what? Babe, you want some chicken wings? Let me hook him up with some wings while I'm at it. So I asked him like, oh yeah, give me some wings on top of that. And he told me the total was $42. Oh, $42? How much are those wings? Oh, they're like almost 20. Oh, take those wings off. Just give me the 2 pizzas, right? So Chris goes, fast forward, he picks up the pizzas.
Hold on, because now it goes from strange to bizarre. So I walk in a Curry Pizza because I'm always the one that picks it up, right? You make the order, I pick it up. And older lady in there, right? And I didn't think she knew English, but she works there. And she starts banging on the window because the guy who took our order is outside cleaning up. So he comes on in. She does speak English, by the way. She's like, help this guy, basically.
Oh, okay.
But she didn't even say hello to me. It's really, really weird. But I was so thrown off by what was happening that I didn't pay attention to the music right off the bat. And then the guy's like, I'm like, oh yeah, pick up for Cori. He's like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go get it. So he charges me. I put my card in, right? And it's whatever it was,
25 something.
25 something, right? I give the guy a $5 tip because I'm like, hey, even though it's pickup, like that's love. The guy showed us some love. I'll give him $5, right? And the music that they had on there, who remembers from the 90s?
2 Live Crew?
2 Live Crew. Me so horny. So horny. That song is blasting in Curry Pizza. And I hear somebody from behind, right? Behind me. And I turn around and some other gentleman that's going to eat there for lunch. And he goes, I don't know if I could eat my lunch with this music. And we start laughing. And he's like, if I was at the club, and this is a complete stranger, I don't know him. He's like, if I was at the club, and I'm getting it, dancing, then I could get down to this music. But I'm trying to eat my lunch here, man. I don't know. This is weird.
Oh my gosh. How
it was
bizarre.
so bizarre. So then we just kept winning because not only did the guy give us 2 pizzas for $25, he threw in the wings. We got like a $70 meal for $25, $30. I gave a $5 tip. I was like, man, I should have tipped him more, but I never have cash. I was only got the card.
Right.
But yeah, love me some curry pizza. It makes me so hungry.
Oh, right. It was a very interesting trip there. Oh my goodness. Well, that day, Katie and Mason ended up coming back later in the evening for a double hitter for play dates, which was awesome. So Santino was super excited. Nola gets along with Mason too. Everyone had a great time. And then Saturday rolls around, right? Chris was busy that day, which we'll get into, but we had another play date, Kais and Zaya. So went over to their house and I got to hang out with my bestie, which is always fun. And the kids had a blast. Tina was playing football. Nola was doing gymnast moves, almost like giving me a heart attack. Good thing Chris wasn't there because he would have died.
I would have died.
She's doing flips and they're swinging in the doorway. It was just crazy. I just had to turn away and not watch. They're doing stuff on their gym bar. I couldn't. Oh my gosh. But it was a great weekend. We had so much fun. And it looks like we have some visitors here with us. It's Evelyn. She said, hi. Hi, Lulu. And Tanya's here too. She said, hey. Hey, Tanya. So, yeah, we appreciate you guys always showing up and showing your support. But we had such a good time, just, play dates back to back. And then as if that wasn't enough, we had another double hitter. So they came, Beth, Zaya, and Kais came for dinner that night.
Oh, that's right.
Enjoyed us for family dinner. So we had a good time.
Double up.
Yes. And I hooked it up on the grill. Got to show off my skills on the grill.
What do we have for dinner?
I grilled chicken. Everybody was saying how good it was. You forgot?
I mean, we have chicken every night, so I'm trying to think about what the dish was with the chicken.
I did roasted potatoes, corn, and then my mom brought a salad, and she was all happy about that salad.
It was good. It was small. There was not a lot of family there on Saturday.
Yes.
But it was still, food was good, good company, end of the night early.
Yes, and so my mom brought over this big box, well, not too big, but like a box of old jewelry and like little nostalgic buttons and pins. And it was one of my grandma's neighbors recently had passed away, and the family had all these extra things, and it originally went to my grandma. Well, my grandma, she has since passed, and so it's all just sitting at my aunt's house. So my mom brought it over and said, hey, do you guys want to take a look through this, see if there's anything you like? Oh, how did she know that Beth loves going through old things? She goes to estate sales all the time, and she knows what to look for. So this girl was so occupied. I don't even think I talked to her the first couple hours because she was so busy going through this box of items. But it was cool because, she introduced me to a Google search, which I never knew about before, where you could take a picture of something and find out what it's worth.
That's pretty cool.
And that was pretty cool. So we were doing that, and I scored like this vintage watch. It's probably from like the 80s. I know everything's considered vintage now
for the 80s.
But it's worth like $1,000.
What?
Yeah. Like $800 to $1,000.
No way.
Yes. So cool, right? And it's
That's
super
cool.
cute. I like it. So we both walked away with a bunch of items and like some costume jewelry because the lady left a lot of costume jewelry there. But just really cool things in there. Like I found some like lapel pins and stuff for you. We had a good time. It was fun.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Chris sat there and watched TV. He was like, I'm going to chill over here.
I think I started watching Jack Reacher on Prime.
Yes, my dad introduced you to that
because your
show.
dad wanted to watch it. So we're like, all right, yeah, let's watch it.
Right. Well, who else loves going to estate sales or going through old nostalgic items? I think it's cool. I want to know the history behind the stuff. I don't really care like the price, but I want to know like a story that comes along with it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't do that stuff. I think I'd have a good time doing it. It'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I could see us doing stuff like that when we're retired one day. Like, oh, get up early, go do this garage sale. Because, I'm going to be asleep by like 4 o'clock in the day.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll get up at the butt crack of dawn and go check out these estate sales.
Sounds like fun. Well, my mom said, hi, honeys. Yeah, it was fun Saturday night. She had a good time too.
I always have a good time with mom and dad.
Yes, for sure. Well, on Sunday, we went on another family hike. Everyone, you need to get out there right now. The hikes are amazing in Santa Clarita. I'm sure everywhere with all the rains that Southern California's had. There are creeks everywhere. It's so awesome. I've never been on Towsley's hiking trail and realized that there's water flowing the whole time. Feel like you're somewhere else. And everything's in full bloom. Everything's green. It's just beautiful.
And the streams are active, right? They're not like puddles of water. They're
No.
streams.
Yes.
Little mini rivers. And there's frogs and all kind of wildlife in there.
Mm-hmm.
Kids have a great time. It's good for our pup too.
Yes.
It's a good time. But I think now that we're starting to go often, we need to buy the kids some. We need to buy hiking boots as a family. Like everybody needs some
Right.
hiking boots.
Right.
If we're going to continue to go.
Well, if anyone has bought hiking boots recently or in the past, what is a good durable brand that we should look out for? Because I'm clueless when it comes to that. I mean, I know I could Google it, but I like people's opinion. What's a good hiking boot or shoe?
And then we're going to need some hiking socks.
You are too much.
I'm just saying.
No,
like,
you're getting real
Hold.
extra right now.
Check it out. Just sit back there and listen for a second. We got to buy the boots a little bit bigger for the kids because their feet are continuing to grow.
So they
right?
could trip and fall on the hike?
Just a
What's
little
the
bit,
point?
half a size.
Okay.
But then you get them those thick hiking socks, so
So
that
they-
way their back of their ankles don't get all that raw from when the shoes are too big.
Yeah, I'm just going to get them shoes that fit good, and I'm not going to be dealing with all that nonsense because come next year, they're going to be totally grown out of the shoe anyways. They grow so fast.
Okay.
I could already hear it. My feet are hot. They're sweating because I have this big, thick sock on there. The back of my ankles hurt. Right?
Maybe we won't get any shoes in.
Oh, well, the producer said take a family trip to REI. They have the great prices and the staff can help you make choices. They're really friendly and that he loves REI. Where is an REI?
We have one in Oxnard, right by the place over there.
Oh, nice.
And we were also asking about those hookah shoes. Are they called hookahs?
No, Hoka.
Hookah, haka, whatever it's called. They're supposed to be like these comfortable shoes, right? That you walk in. And I was curious.
Chris is late to the game. Like how long have people been wearing these Hoka shoes?
Yeah, because I mean, they're not something that I would usually wear, but I am transitioning from what I care what the shoes look like to comfort, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where comfort's more important. So they have those at REI as well.
Nice.
So maybe we do need to pay a visit and go check all this stuff out.
Well, I do know Nordstrom Rack carries them as well. That's like right up my alley. Discount
Well,
place.
that's where we need to go then.
That's where you
Nordstrom
need to
Rack.
go.
Yeah.
Check it
You know I
out.
don't like paying full price.
No, of course you don't. I don't either.
We need to find out this guy that's going to get fired from Curry Pizza. We need to find out where he's going to work next so we could just go buy stuff from that guy.
Oh my God.
Get some discounts.
Oh my goodness. Well, my mom said check with Paula and Ray for hiking boots. They just got new ones. I'll have to ask them where they went. Chris brought up this really interesting story the other day about hikes, about those 4 women, those middle-aged women who went hiking.
So 5 women.
Oh, 5.
They didn't go hiking. They went bicycling through the mountains in
Okay.
a trail in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
These women, I'm going to venture to say maybe one of them might be in their late 40s, but they were for sure some of them were in their 60s.
Mm-hmm.
So they were attacked by 2 cougars,
Oh
a
my.
pair of cougars, 75 pounds. Got this lady off her bike,
No.
started pulling her into the brush.
Mm-mm.
And then her friends, thank God, heard and saw what happened because I'm sure you could get spread out a little
Yeah,
bit,
of course.
And they jumped off and they fought this cougar for 15 minutes. The cougar had the lady's head in its mouth,
Oh my.
and it's just chomping down on it. And the only reason they knew she was still alive because she stopped fighting for a while.
Yeah.
is because she kept giving the bloody thumbs up as they're fighting this
Oh
cougar.
my gosh.
Yes. They're hitting it with sticks and rocks and trying to gouge its eye, and it wouldn't let go, but it got tired after 15 minutes and let the lady go and ran off. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't run off. Once it let go, they put their bike on top of it. One of them put their bikes on top of it and pinned it down. Now,
Those are some friends.
listen, ladies and men,
And
these
gentlemen.
are the friends that you need to make.
Yes.
They saved her life. And they interviewed her later.
my
Poor
gosh.
lady's face is disfigured now, right?
Right.
But they interviewed her and one of her friends, and their friend saying, those cougars mess with the wrong cougars. But they saved her life. So
Wow.
all that being said, I mean, if you're going with your small kids, you should have mace, you should have a knife, maybe a hiking stick. Like, you should come prepared. You don't know what's
Right.
going to be out there. Like, it's greener
They
than it's ever
could just
been.
jump out of the bushes and you would never know.
It's greener than it's ever been. Stuff's overgrown. There's water everywhere for sources for the
Right.
animals. So you don't know what's going to happen on these hikes. I'm just saying, be careful. You got
Yeah.
your kids
Be
there.
vigilant.
Don't let your kids go way off in front of you.
Uh-uh.
I mean, we're helicopter parents, as Tino says.
Tino says that?
Remember, we asked him if we're helicopter parents, and he was like, So just be careful if you're going on these hikes with your young kids.
For sure. By yourself. Shoot. I wouldn't want to go by myself. I need someone there. Have
Mind
my
you, this
back.
was in Washington, but still, we have
Still.
mountain lions here.
Yeah, we sure do. Well, spring brings so much growth in life, which is what we're talking about. Who loves gardening? I love gardening so much. So this past weekend, I spent time in the garden replanting some flowers. And I had this kalanchoe plant that was like in a pot that I just kind of set in the garden to forget about and just like hopefully it would grow because I don't know, I ran out of time to plant it. But it was a plant from my grandma's memorial, right? And that plant has been doing so well. I had to plant it in this huge pot. And I was just
Awesome.
made me feel good because it reminded me of my grandma, you know? So I could just walk past it and be reminded of her. And I also planted some of my Monstera plants that I've been propagating. So what that is like all the roots started to grow and I've been propagating them in water. And they were just getting out of control. These roots, there was so much of it. So I got 3 plants out of it, which is awesome because I was able to give one to our friend Katie and then bring life to the house. There's 2 new plants upstairs in the
It's
rooms.
nice. I love it.
I know. I love it too. And then since our original Monstera plant was just getting out of control, there was leaves everywhere. And Chris kept saying like, are you going to trim that thing back? I have 3 sets of new plants that are going to be ready to go. They're waiting for a new home. So I'm just giving them some love. And in the meantime, they're just like scattered around our house looking all pretty in water vases. They look so nice.
This just goes to show how important it is to do something for yourself that helps your mental health.
Right.
Right? Because not only do we benefit from it as, you know, your husband and your kids in the household, right?
Right.
Having all these beautiful plants everywhere, but you're just like in such a great mood when you're working on that stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Right? It
yes,
brings like,
yes.
does it bring you peace, serenity? Like, how do you feel when you're doing this stuff?
Yeah, I see it grow. It's like great that I'm not killing a plant. It's like it's actually growing. It's rewarding. And then you could just look around and see like there's so much life around the house that adds to the life that we have. So,
I think
and it
it's
gives us fresh air, which is amazing.
It cleans, it scrubs the air, and I think it's such a great gift to give somebody, right? Like a plant that you, would you say, propagated?
Yeah,
I said that
I
right?
grew it. Yeah, I've been
There you
taking
go.
care of that plant. I got that plant during COVID, my Monstera plant. It had a total of maybe 3 or 4 leaves on it. And actually, Evelyn got it for me for my birthday. Evelyn and Jocelyn got it for me. And so, yeah, I've just been taking care of it since then. It's 4 years old.
The gift that keeps
Oh, the
giving.
little baby's growing up. It's like I have a nursery. I own a little nursery in the house
Corey's
now.
nursery. And then, and speaking about continuing on with your mental health, also your physical health, right? So tell us a little bit about your Orange Theory transformation and your challenge results.
So my challenge just finished on Friday, and the final results came in. I lost 4.5 pounds of body fat. And I was like, wow, only 4.5. But then I started thinking about it, and people are like, no, that's huge. You should just go and just check and see what 4.5 pounds of fat looks like.
Have you seen it?
It's disgusting.
It's huge and gross.
Yes. I
Yes.
was like, oh, thank goodness that's off me. Bye. Bye body fat. And I also gained 1.5 pounds in muscle mass, which is awesome. I'm so
Lovely.
excited. Got my muscles growing.
You're definitely getting strong. Your shoulders and your arms.
Yes. And
Right,
I
your
did
back.
it all like I worked out 3 times a week at Orange Theory. I was doing Pilates, yoga, and then adding like outdoor activities, whether it was a walk or a hike. And I just feel like I can't go back. Oh, and then we did the daily 50. So we're working out and have like a little exercise with our family every night. And I'm not going to lie, the last 2 nights we haven't worked out and I'm feeling it. I feel a little rusty, even though I went to the gym today. So it's really important to just stick with a plan, and it's like a lifestyle. It should just be automatic.
Get back on it tonight.
Yes, I got to get back on my
I
challenge.
think it's just we've had this illness go through the house. We just
Right.
haven't been, either my sister hasn't felt good or I haven't felt good, you know?
But there's been, we did start a new challenge. The challenge now we're doing is a daily 60. So we added 10 seconds to each workout, and we added abs in there. And there's been so many nights where Chris is like, I'm not doing it tonight. And then Evelyn's like, I'm not doing it either. I'm like, all right, good job, guys, but I'm going to work out. And it motivates the kids to want to do it, and then you do it. And I didn't have that voice of reason the last 2 nights.
Just takes one to do it.
So we're going to get back to it. I had a little breaky break. But yes, so I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep going. It's just a lifestyle change now. It's not like, I don't know, I was going to Orange Theory for 2 days, and that was big for me. But now it's 3, and I don't feel like I could turn back from 3 days a week.
Nice.
I just keep going.
You go, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, speaking of fitness, Chris continues his jiu-jitsu journey, although he gets injuries. His current injury from jiu-jitsu is his foot. He's sitting in the studio right now with no shoes on, only socks. And he always has these crazy stories he tells me when he gets back from jiu-jitsu. Do you want to tell us about how you got assaulted the other day with a secret weapon?
Well, I just, it was funny. So things happen when you're rolling.
Right.
Right. And you're in the heat of the moment. Your adrenaline's flowing. I was going with a friend of mine, and there was more flowing. So
what was flowing?
I passed the guy's guard, took side control, and he let out the
And
loudest.
he passed the gas?
He let out the loudest fart. And that happens. Like, would you just keep fighting, or do you stop at that point when somebody just, busts like that, a big old fart?
Well, I guess it really depends.
Well, I wasn't giving it. I had side control, so I wasn't going to stop.
Is it just loud or is it stanky?
Oh, thank goodness it was just loud.
Well, then you just keep going. If it was stinky, you might have to take a break. I wonder if Professor Lecca and Professor Art have any insight on this.
And I'm terrible because you don't really talk when you're, rolling in jiu-jitsu. You don't talk. You just,
right.
You're fighting, right? And of course, I had to say something. As we're mid-fighting, I'm like, "Hey, you brought out the secret weapon today, huh?"
Oh, wow.
The guy didn't say anything.
He's probably embarrassed.
It happens to the best of us. I mean, it happens in like yoga. Like, it happens,
sure
right?
people
Our
just
little daily
fart
50
all
happens
the
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
It's everybody farts.
You're just working it all out.
It's funny, though.
It is funny. I mean, it's like we're kids all over again. You laugh at farts. It's silly. Well, who's over this cold and flu season? I am so over it. I am so over this cold and flu season.
This is the longest cough you've ever had.
So I was getting better. I felt like, ooh, yay, I haven't had a cough in a few days. This is amazing. That lingering cough is gone. Meanwhile, Chris and Evelyn are sick at home and coughing up a storm. And Chris is like, I'm coming down with something. And everybody's just been fighting off that cough. And guess what, guys? The cough is back today.
I don't think it ever left.
Yes, it did.
Maybe you were just distracted for one day.
I highly doubt that.
I mean, look, it's spring. We're going to move forward. There's been multiple times where we're feeling like, we got this cough that won't go away. And when we go on vacation and we breathe that Maui air, it just, the cough magically goes away. It could be the air quality as well.
I think it's because spring is here now, and I've been reading reports about the super bloom. Because of all the rain that we've had, California is going to experience a super bloom. So everybody get your allergy medicine ready now, because I have a feeling it's going to fly off the shelves. Everyone who even didn't have allergies before are going to experience allergies. Maybe that's what I have right now.
That stuff gives me a headache. I took Zyrtec before.
You didn't like it?
I don't like the way it makes me feel.
Maybe Claritin will help you.
Nah, I'm taking that too. Just got to man up. Just got to deal with it.
Okay.
So maybe one of these essential oil mixtures might work. Make me feel better.
But you just don't have that around you all day long. That's in the house.
Maybe they have like essential oil lip gloss so I can smell it. No?
I can't with you. You go ahead and try that.
Should invent it. Let's do it.
Oh my goodness.
So St. Patty's Day was on Sunday.
Yes.
And I forgot where you were, but Nola's like, Daddy, can you help me with this leprechaun trap?
Oh, I was out trying to find a pot for Katie's plant,
Yeah.
and I
Okay.
was buying soil, so you were helping her make her leprechaun trap.
It was so fun. She's so cute. So Nola loves crafts.
Uh-huh.
She's always got to be doing crafts. And she wanted to catch a leprechaun. So we made a leprechaun trap out of a shoebox.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, what do they like? And they like rainbows and gold. So she put fake gold in there. And she just put rainbows all over the box. It was really super cute. It was fun to do together.
She's adorable. She loves doing things like that. Santino, he's pretty skeptical. Nola, how are you going to even catch a leprechaun? Leprechauns don't even exist here. And why would they go inside of your box? And
He's
he's just like getting all annoyed by it.
He's like, they're only in Ireland. They don't exist here in the United States. And he goes, except for these YouTubers, they're always catching these leprechauns. Come on, who are these YouTubers? They're not really catching leprechauns. They're just making it up.
And these kids who keep telling you that they're catching them, I'm sure it's just their parents that put something in there. They didn't really catch one. I'm like, dang, Santino.
Just say you don't want to make the box, kid.
Oh, no, he has to give his whole opinion. But listen, I'd rather hear where he's coming from. I love hearing how he thinks it's the funniest thing. He's got a reason for everything, which I appreciate. So, in other news, how about this Bitcoin? What is going on with Bitcoin?
So it's been rallying.
Right.
I mean, like last year, I think it went down to as low as $20,000
Right.
of Bitcoin. And then, it went up, it hit 30, it hit 40, it hit 50. And I'm like, man, maybe we should sell Bitcoin.
Right.
And then we're like, no, let's let it ride, right? Until whatever number. It went all the way up to 73,000 last week.
Right.
And now it's down to like 60.
Well, who has Bitcoin out there? How did you acquire it? Leave us a comment. We'd love to hear about it. As Chris just mentioned, he's debating on whether he should sell or just ride it out.
Now it dipped, so definitely not
Do
selling.
people believe in it? Do you think it's going to be worth more in the future? Or do you think it's going to go to zero like Warren Buffett does?
It's really hard to go against what Warren Buffett says. I mean, he's one of the richest men in the world, right?
But when is it going to go to zero?
He doesn't believe in it now. He said he wouldn't put any money into it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, WB, you might have an idea. Maybe we'll check and see. We're going to have to take a look and see where it's at. Oh, it looks like today it's at 65,000. So it's rallying back, huh?
Well, yeah. Well, you were saying you want to see it hit 100K, right?
Let's see 100K and then let's call it a day.
100K, call it a day. I mean, I think if it hits 100K, there's a lot of people that are cashing out. Maybe you got to just let it get to 95 and then sell before it starts dipping at 100K.
I don't know.
Because once it hits that, everybody's gonna be selling. They probably already have it set to automatically sell at 100K.
At 100K. So 99.9.
Yeah, 99K.
Oh my goodness. Well, we are counting down the days until Maui. We have 17 days left, and the kids are thinking and dreaming about Hawaii every single day. They even have a countdown calendar they created all on their own. And this is Santino's idea. He does not like crafts, but he busted out a big sheet of paper and made it into this calendar and a countdown. He's got lyrics to Hawaiian songs on there.
Does he?
Yeah, on a beach in Hawaii.
Oh, that's right.
He like sings it as he reads it. That's how excited he is about going to Hawaii. So, and I think Chris is in the same boat. I don't think I've ever seen him more excited to go to Maui.
Yeah, I usually don't get excited about things until right when it happens.
Right.
I don't get excited way ahead of time. I don't know. Maybe a childhood disappointment. Be disappointed. I'm programmed that way. But I've never been so excited to take this family vacation. I think we're long overdue. I'm excited to be with you and the kids. We even got mom and pop coming out for 10 days.
Yes.
It's going to be a great family vacation.
I know. I'm really excited about it. And I know in Maui, they had the fires recently, and it's good to see that they are rebuilding. There are some restaurants that are reopening and businesses that are coming back. So one of the biggest things is the old Lahaina Luau, which has been there for several years. I think over 100 years or something like that, I think is what they're celebrating coming up. And I follow them on Instagram, and they just opened this past week. So it's good to see all the blessings that are pouring in for these places and that people are able to get back on their feet and live their lives again.
I don't know what it's going to be like in Lahaina. You know, if it's, I heard it's all fenced off.
Yes, it is.
I would love to peek and see. I mean, obviously only if it's open to look.
I don't think it is.
I'm not going to step over like a fence or climb a fence or anything. But I heard that the banyan tree. So if anybody's ever visited Lahaina,
you can't get to
and State
it.
Street, so this banyan tree, there's a root system. I mean, it goes on for, I don't know, hundreds of feet. That banyan tree has survived, and it looks like it's gonna come all the way back from the fires, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah. You're not gonna get anywhere close to that. Just watch some like overview.
Yeah, I'll watch a video.
Drone footage. I've been watching it. I'm like, yeah, that's like deep in the heart of like Lahaina town. So
Right.
you're not gonna be able to see it from a fence or anything like that. But I'm just happy that we're gonna be able to go there and like respect the people
Absolutely.
and not go there like some of the tourists that we see that go there and disrespect the land. So it should be a good time. I'm excited.
Super excited about it.
Well, my Aunt Barb is here. Hi, Auntie Barbara. Thanks for joining
Barb.
us. I'm glad you're here with us today. Switching things up to real estate. Chris and I went on a listing appointment together on Monday. Yes.
So is this
y'all.
a habit? Is this like a new thing that we go on listing appointments together?
I mean,
I dig it.
it's pretty cool. Yes.
I enjoy it.
It was a lot of fun. And I think our clients probably like it too because they know they have a whole team working for them. And this is one of longtime clients and friend of ours. She referred her auntie to us. And we're just so excited that she has that trust in us. And she told me there's nobody else I want helping my family. So thank you so much for the referral. We truly appreciate that. And we're excited to be helping her and her aunt out with their real estate goals. So stay tuned. There's some things she's going to be doing to spruce up the house a bit, like a little bit of touch-up paint. The inside is great. I mean, you could just feel the love in that house. They've had it for, 23 years. And there's something to be said about a home where you just walk in and you have a good feeling. And I totally believe in stuff like that. Sometimes you go into houses and you're like, oh, something just hit me. Like, I shouldn't be here. I need to get out. And it's definitely not like that at all in this house. So I'm excited that we're going to be able to showcase the home. It should probably be ready for market probably in the next month or so because they have a few vacations before they decide to put it on the market. So stay tuned for that. We're super excited about it. And Chris showed property all the way in Crestline on the weekend. He had a whole day set aside for that.
These are the things that we do for our clients.
Yes.
Right. So it's a great client of ours. We've helped their family multiple times. Right. So we have a limited budget to work on.
Right.
So Crestline's like one of the few places around where she lives now that she can afford a home, right, in her price range. But yeah, she was scared off by the windy road up the mountain.
Oh, wow.
And the fog.
Oh, they have a lot of fog.
There's
on
a
that
lot
mountain.
of fog.
Yes.
So I was like, yeah, you got to make this drive if you want to make, because we found a house that we really liked. If you want to make an offer on this house, before we make an offer, you need to come back and drive here during the week, just like you're going home during traffic, and see if you'd like the drive.
Right.
No point in like forcing an offer.
And that's when she decided.
Yeah, she was after a couple of days. She was like, nah, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But that's this is part of what we do.
For sure.
But super excited. I know we're gonna find her a place. I love helping our people, right?
Right.
And if you're not our people and we work with you, you're gonna be our people.
Yes.
Right.
We love our clients so much.
You get adopted into the Silva family. It's just what happens, right?
Yep.
So we have another one where we're actually the CD went out today.
Yes.
It's probably gonna be closing next week, like 2 weeks early.
That's awesome.
And these are new clients, friends referred to us, and they are now part of the Silva family as well.
Yes. I'm so excited for them. First time home buyers, right?
Yes.
Yay. Woohoo. I love that. I love that so much. Well, do you want to tell us about the deal of the week?
So deal of the week this week is on 28475 Jerry Place in Saugus, 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,040 square feet.
Wow.
It's a big house. 3-car garage located on a cul-de-sac. What do you think? It's $900,000? No, $764,950. It's priced about 100K
Wow.
under asking, under like what I mean. I'm sorry, under market value.
Right.
This thing has no business being on the market. If you want a house with 100K equity instantly, call us today. I'll go show it to you today. But this thing's going to be gone maybe before the show's over.
Did that just come on today?
I think it bombed. I think it went into escrow,
Oh.
fell out of escrow. But the agent that's selling it also is the seller.
Ah.
And it's a notice of default, meaning
Ooh.
that foreclosure proceedings have started.
Uh-huh.
So they got to sell the property. So that's probably why the price is so good. So if you want to come up on this opportunity, give us a call right away.
That's awesome. Man, wish I had a little bit of money sitting around. I'd go jump on that deal. That's a really good deal. Well, let's talk about what's on everyone's mind in real estate. And I'm sure people have heard about this in the news. The National Association of Realtors just had a settlement regarding commissions. There was a huge lawsuit that came about. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what happened?
So this is humongous. They're talking about flipping over real estate on its head. Like
Right.
everything's going to change.
Right.
That's all the articles I've been reading. Just Google it. You're going to see like 20 articles that pop up.
Forget
right?
Google. Tell us about it. Let's go.
I'm going to tell you about it. So this class action lawsuit was against NAR, stating that they have fixed commissions to be 6%.
Which is inaccurate.
Inaccurate, but that they fixed commissions to be 6%. And in doing so, have driven up the price of selling your home and buying a home, which is, I don't think is accurate as well. But it's basically collusion, right? And in order to protect its members, NAR has settled because by what the settlement does is it protects their members, which were part of NAR's members, from getting from somebody coming after us in this class action lawsuit.
Okay.
Okay, so $418 million is going to be paid out within the next 4 years to this settlement. Yeah, big
Wow.
money. Okay, again, it releases everybody from liability. But let's talk about how this is going to affect the industry.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to tell you 2 points of view, right? I'm going to tell you what the people that did this lawsuit, what they're saying and what they're trying to put out there to the media, and what I think is actually going to happen.
Okay.
Okay. So everything you read is like, oh, this is going to save buyers and sellers thousands, tens and thousands of dollars because now the commissions are going to be cut by 50%, 75%. They're going to go way down. There's not even going to be buyer commissions. There's going to be flat rate to help somebody buy a house. That's what they're saying. Okay. Do you have any insight of what you think is going to happen?
That's what they think should happen.
So yes, they think it's going to be cheaper for people to sell their property because instead of paying 6% commissions, maybe they're paying 2.5% or 3% to their
Okay.
agent, and they're not paying the buyer's agent's commission.
Okay.
Okay, and they're saying for buyers, it's going to be cheaper too because since the seller's saving money, they're going to pass on the savings to the buyer.
I don't know what seller is going to pass any savings on to any buyer. They still want top dollar for their house. So they're only going to pick who gives them the best bottom line. And the bottom line is unless you have a good agent working for you to negotiate an awesome contract, buyers are going to be out. I mean, it's going to be more expensive for buyers because you're going to have to hire an agent.
Yes.
Or on the flip side, you could save money. You think you're going to save money and go directly to the listing agent. But what does that mean? You don't have direct representation. That listing agent is representing the seller first. So the buyer's going to go directly to the listing agent to save money so they don't have to pay a buyer's agent. And they're not going to get the deal of a lifetime. You're going to get what the seller wants, not what you want.
You're going to have nobody negotiating for you.
Right.
For your best interest.
Right.
So part of the settlement is not only the money. So a big part of the settlement is right now when we list a property on the multiple listing service on the MLS, we have to state the commission that the seller is willing to pay the buyer's agent.
Right.
Okay. So they're saying, you can't do that anymore. So we don't know when this is going to happen because the courts have to approve the settlement, which
Right.
is going to happen because it's a settlement. Both parties want this to happen.
Right.
The courts are going to approve it. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
They're thinking it's going to happen in July. Listen, people, July, and I'm going to tell you why that's important to know, especially if you're a buyer. They believe it's going to happen in July, where no longer, when we put our listing into the MLS, we can no longer state how much commission is being paid or if any is being paid whatsoever.
Huh.
The reason this is they're saying that agents, which I believe this to be true as well.
We'll
We've never
only
done
show
this.
stuff if they're paying a commission.
If they're paying a commission. Why would you go show a property
if you're not going to get paid?
if you're not going to get paid?
Right.
Right. So here is now what's really going to happen to buyers and sellers. Okay. I'm going to start with buyers first.
Okay.
Because I think it's negatively going to affect buyers in a major way.
Yes.
If you're thinking about buying a house this year and you want to avoid all these headaches, buy
Do
a
it
house
now.
before July.
Yes.
Before these rules change. Because what's going to happen is now us as agents, we have no choice. We are going to have to make you sign a contract with us that's stating that we are going to get paid 2.5% to help you find a home.
Right.
That's what we're worth.
Right.
We're worth more than that, but that's what it costs. For everybody thinks that agents just open a door and sells me a house in a month. There's 5 other clients that took 6 months, 9 months, a year, never bought anything, spent gas, time, energy, right? Weekends, time away from your family. Like that's worth something, right? So anyhow, you're going to have to now sign a contract saying that you're going to pay us if the seller doesn't pay us.
Right.
Now, what about those families that they barely have enough to put their money down on a house? What's going to happen to those people?
It's going to price out all your FHA buyers, all your first-time home buyers with little down payments. Because how can they come up with an extra 2.5% to pay an agent to represent them?
Let's take it a step further. What about our heroes? What about our veterans?
Yes.
What about our veterans that are looking to buy houses, no money down, 100% financing, but now they can't afford to pay the buyer's agent? How are they going to pay a buyer's agent when they're getting 100% financing?
And that's a fee they cannot pay, right?
They
the
cannot
seller
pay
has
it.
to pay for
They
that.
cannot pay it.
Yeah, see, I don't know how this is helping out buyers.
It's not helping out buyers. And let me bring out the silver crystal ball. So let me tell you what's going to happen. There's going to be even another class action lawsuits years from now.
Oh, yeah.
Who's making money is the lawyers, right?
Yeah.
These scumbag lawyers. No, I'm kidding.
Don't
we have
say
a lot,
that.
I'm
We have a lot of
kidding.
lawyer friends.
We have a lot of lawyer friends. I'm totally kidding. But what's going to happen is let me knock on a bunch of stuff. We've never been in a lawsuit.
Right.
We've been in this business, you 20 years, me 18 in this business, right? Never had one lawsuit. Why? Because we always take care of our clients.
Right.
We hardly ever represent buyer and seller on the same transaction. Those lead to the highest litigation, right? Is when you're representing both sides. Because how can you really represent both sides fairly?
Right.
Somebody's going to get the fuzzy end of the lollipop, right?
Right.
So what's going to happen now is these buyers that are going to go directly to these listing agents, there's going to be another class action lawsuit a couple years from now.
I can see
where they're
that
suing
happening.
these listing agents, right?
Yep. You didn't represent me correctly.
It's going to happen. And it's frustrating because I could see what happened. I don't know how you can't see it in a courtroom, what's going to happen in the industry.
Did they not think about future down the road or like the repercussions this is going to have to please some sellers who, because this whole lawsuit got brought about from some sellers who said they didn't know that they could pay a lower commission. I mean, come on. You can negotiate that up front. It's always been, it states in all the contracts that you can negotiate those fees up front and pay less of a commission.
Well, it's because
And they were getting so much equity because the values were shooting up after COVID. And they're mad now that they had to pay a commission to someone to actually sell their house.
And then on top of that, when you went to go buy your house, if you've ever bought a house, you didn't pay your buyer's agent commission.
No.
The sellers paid it. So when it's your time to pay, it's your time to pay. That's all going to change now.
Wow.
So
I wonder how they're going to handle that with new construction. I wonder if new construction will follow suit and say, "Oh, you gotta pay buyer to come buy this house. On top of that, you got to pay me a fee."
that's a really good point.
If anything, though, if they don't, then new construction is going to be selling like hotcakes.
Well, it's already selling like hotcakes.
No, but it's going to
And
like
it's
even catapult it even more if they don't charge like a buyer's fee.
It's going to sell even more. So what they're talking about that's going to happen is, again, buyers are going to have to sign these contracts.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't, they're going to be out there, the blind leading the blind, right? Trying to represent themselves. A listing agent that's a professional listing agent, they're not going to want to represent both sides unless they're getting compensated to represent both sides.
Right.
You will have some of these people that have flexible commissions and discount brokerages. They're going to try to ride this wave that's coming.
Right.
I'll sell your house for 1% or whatever they're going to sell it for. You're going to lose thousands and thousands of dollars of dealing with these people because they can care less about your house. They got to do 4 times the amount of transactions, 3 times the amount of transactions just to make what a regular agent would make, right?
Right.
That's getting paid what they're worth. So it's going to be scary times. And the reason I tell you all this is you got to work with somebody that you trust, somebody that's professional. The time of using, and we've talked about this plenty before, your uncles, friends, coworker, that the only reason you're using them is because you know them or you're related to them. There's no other qualification that they have except that you grew up with them.
Right.
But they haven't closed transactions. They don't know how to negotiate, right? They're new to the business. They don't know the paperwork, the contract, any of this stuff. Those agents are going to be affected the most.
Yes.
Because now, when you sell a house and you list a house, you got to show your value, right?
Yep.
You got to present your value to the seller. It's going to be the same way on the buying side.
Oh, yeah.
You got to present
You
that
have to have
value.
that marketing plan.
Why should you sign up with me? Because once you sign up with that buyer's agent, you owe them that commission if you buy a house.
Yeah.
Why should you sign up with me and not somebody else, right? What do you bring to the table?
Right.
So I'm excited for that. This is where we thrive.
Yes.
I mean, there's so much value that we bring
As a buyer's agent, as a listing agent,
as a lender, property, like we can tell
property
you
management.
property management. We have so much knowledge, and our combined experience is almost 40 years in the business, right?
Yes.
And we're talking about both full-time, highly producing agents and broker, the boss over here. So I'm excited for our business. I think it's going to catapult us even further.
I see a lot of opportunity, but I do feel bad for the people who will be negatively affected by this.
I feel bad for the buyers.
Yeah,
That's
buyers.
ultimately who I feel bad for. It's going to be a little bit harder. We'll still get you in houses. So it's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. When you have creative agents that have experience like ourselves, we can get creative. And here's my thought for veterans, right?
Right.
And for FHA buyers that don't have as much money to come down. We have to have the conversation up front. Like, listen, I still need you to sign this contract. We still need to get paid 2.5% because we're going to go to bat for you. We're going to leverage our relationships that we have with these other agents to get your offer accepted, right? But if we come across a house and they're not paying the commission and you don't have the money to pay us, we got to move on to the next house.
Right.
And that's the chance you take with working with me and the chance I take working with you. Because I'm not going to get the money from you. I'm going to get it from a seller. It'll be my job to find that seller.
Right.
But you're going to have to be it's more work for us.
Right.
But hey, it's what's going to have to happen. It's going to be fun times. We're going to see where this goes. But I never, ever shy away from a challenge. I'm excited to take it on.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Well, looking ahead to next week, guess what, everyone? The Spring Client Appreciation Event is coming up. We're getting ready to level up this Friday. This year's theme is Tokens of Thanks, a vintage arcade appreciation party. And we love celebrating our clients and are forever grateful for the opportunity to assist them with their real estate, financing, and management goals. So it's going to be a night of nostalgia and celebration. I can't wait. I've been planning this hand in hand with the owner of the place that we're hosting it at. And let me tell you guys, there's some fun little things that we haven't mentioned that are going to be coming up there, but we're going to be stepping back in time at a vintage arcade bar. There's going to be classic games that meet modern fun, and the vibe is awesome there. It is such a good vibe when you walk in. Kind of takes you back to late 80s, early 90s. They have arcade games, pinball machines, a bar. We're gonna be serving authentic New York style pizza. They do have a little pizza parlor in there, and we're gonna be sipping on specialty drinks crafted by talented mixologists. His wife is a mixologist, which is pretty cool. And we're going to be grooving to the beats and dancing the night away. So they've got this digital jukebox that you can control from your phone for a portion of the night until the DJ shows up. And there's a dance floor. So it's going to be so much fun. And I just want to give a shout out to all of our amazing clients who grabbed their spots because it was very limited on the space there. It's not that big of a venue. It's going to be a little bit more intimate, but shout out to everyone who RSVP'd early and got their names in. I had a handful of texts yesterday asking if they could still get on the list. So I was able to squeeze some people in. I think there might be a few extra spots left over that I reserved just in case. So if you didn't get your RSVP in, reach out to me and I'll make sure that we could get you in. But I'm super excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I've been having people asking me what's a dress code. So I think I need to send out an announcement. It's a like, it's like a vintage arcade bar. Like,
Whatever you
and
want.
you have dancing. Like, you do you. You come comfortable, or if you want to act like you're going out in the 90s, come out like dressed to impress.
You should bring, what are those called again? The hookah shoes?
No, they're called hoka shoes.
Hokas.
And those,
bring your hokas.
those
Get ready
are
to dance.
Those are running shoes, sir. Those are not going out to a vintage arcade bar.
What if the Running Man
event
song comes on? You gotta have those running shoes.
I don't think there's a song called Running Man song.
Is there not?
I mean, it's a dance called the Running Man. Oh my gosh, you sound so old right now. I can't even with you.
I'm old, 43.
No, but you sound like you're from a different era. Like you were born in the 50s or something. You were born in 1980, sir. Let's get with the program.
Just barely, 1980.
You need to bring your Converse, your Air Jordans, your Reeboks. Like, come dress like 90s, late 80s. Like last year, we had a 90s party for our spring client appreciation event.
Maybe I'll just wear that.
And people came. No, you need to get a new outfit. What do you mean? You're going to recycle that from last year?
Yeah.
I can't even right now.
I got shirts older than Santino, like pants.
That's fine. Just don't wear
Santino.
the same thing you wore last year, because there's this thing. It's called a camera, and there will be photos and evidence that you wore the same.
Can I wear the overalls at least?
Listen, you do you, boo. I'm gonna do me, and we're gonna have a good time, okay? But yeah, I've had people asking me. I'm like, well, it's a variety. Act like you're, in your heyday, like your high school, college days. Like, just come out, have a good time, or just dress like we dress nowadays, which the 90s are back. So you're not going to have a hard time finding something to wear.
I need to get one of those silky shirts. In 6th grade, I used to dress like a Hauser. Remember that?
I didn't say 6th grade.
You said 90s. I was.
Oh, yeah. You were 12.
Yeah, 90s. I used to dress like a Hauser. I tried. I had like one Hauser outfit.
I don't think you need to wear a silk shirt. I think I'm going to tell you that's a no.
Silk button-down shirt with the overalls, Air Force Ones, winning.
I mean, go ahead and do what you need to do. Good luck finding that shirt with 2 days before the event. I'm going to see him on Amazon, check and see if I can find a silk
I'm not going
shirt.
to Amazon. What's that place that they shut down that used to be by our house? It was like the old person TJ Maxx. What was it called? It's by the LA Fitness. It was by the LA Fitness. Now they got
Steinmart.
Steinmart. Too bad they don't have a Steinmart. That'd be the perfect place to find it.
I think they have a Steinmart still in AV. I think they used to have one there. They might. You should go hit it up.
They probably got that exactly what I'm looking for in there.
Probably. Just go to Nordstrom Rack. They might have it. Well, this weekend we also have showings for our buyers.
Yes.
So we're excited about that. Chris will be out showing some homes. And of course, Saturday we have family dinner. So always have family dinner, and it's going to be a lot of people this time because brother and sister-in-law are coming with the girls, and she's bringing her sister and boyfriend. So we're going to have a lot of people at the house on Saturday. It's going to be a good time. Excuse me. And then this weekend we're going to do a family hike as well. Obviously, it's not going to be Saturday because it's raining. But hopefully it clears up for Sunday. Whoever wants to go on a family hike with us, hit us up. Love to have you join us.
Where are we going?
I don't know. Maybe Placerita this time. I've been wanting to go to Placerita.
So we need to get these boots. It's going to be raining on Saturday. So on the hikes, everybody is falling on the hike. Nola got hurt, right? She was
Nola's
bleeding.
fallen.
Tino kind of got hurt too. He hurt his knee this last time.
He hurt his knee. He slipped on some
Evelyn's
dirt.
she fell on her butt.
Lulu fell
You
into
fell
the
too,
creek.
didn't you?
I haven't fallen yet.
Okay, just me.
I said yet because
one of
it's
us
inevitable.
Are due. One of us are due.
Yes.
We're next. We got to get these boots, the correct shoes. It's going to be
so nice. It's so refreshing to go on a hike. I love the fresh air.
I love that it's green, and I love that there's water, that there's life all over the hike. Because when it's all brown and nasty and stuff, like
and it's all hot. Ugh.
Enjoy it now before summer comes. It's going to be really hot this year, I'm sure.
That's right. That's right. And then next week we have parent-teacher conferences early next week. The kids have half days for half of the week. I was just telling these kids how lucky they are. They get half of the week off before spring break. So essentially they have a week and a half off of spring break. And the 3 days they're going next week are half days. How lucky are they? I don't remember getting this much time off for spring break.
Then they have spring break.
Then they have spring break for a week.
And then when they're supposed to come back, what happens?
Then we're going to Hawaii for 2 weeks. So, yeah, these kids are really lucky. It's going to be a good time.
I always say, if I die, I want to come back as one of our kids.
Right?
Those kids live the life.
I know.
I mean, we spoil them with love.
Right.
Right? Like, that's really what we spoil them with. It's just a lot of affection.
Right.
A lot of our time.
So
love them. We're going to have so much fun on this vacation.
Yeah, they really didn't need a conference this time around.
I still
But
wanted
we
it.
wanted to go just to talk with them because they are going to be missing 2 weeks of school. We want to make sure that they stay on track with their studies and whatnot. So
It's terrible when you want to go to the school to ask for more homework.
give us more homework for these kids to do.
Well, because, so Santino will get home and then on Monday, and he tries to do all of his homework, and he does. He does all of his homework for the whole week
Right.
on Monday, so he could chill Tuesday through Friday, and get home, and all he's got to do is his recorder, and then boom, he wants to jump on to Roblox.
Yeah.
So yeah, he needs I don't know. We need to challenge him a little bit more.
Yes. Well, he does have.
Same thing with Nola. She does
Actually,
the same
both
thing.
Santino and Nola have class projects coming up. And so Santino started his yesterday, and Nola will probably start hers on spring break. So she could be ahead of the game when she gets back.
Nice.
And then while we're gone, she's going to miss her school field trip, which is okay.
Yeah. So this is the first year where they're asking for like $10, right? If your kid wants to go, it's $10. And Santino was talking about how that's a ripoff. $10 for what? They don't even let you drink water on the bus, Nola. He's all downplaying it. He's funny.
That kid. He's like, it's okay. You're not missing anything, Nola. You can't drink water for 2 hours. Hour there, hour back on the bus ride, and they don't even let you drink water.
He's like, it's not worth $10.
These
Nola.
are his things that this shows you what's important to him, being able to have his water bottle nearby. He's like an old man. I love it.
Yeah. I'm afraid I've rubbed off on him.
Yeah, he's definitely your twin. Well, everyone, that's going to be our show today. Thank you again for hanging out with us here on R&R Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to catch us weekly on Facebook Live, or you can watch a show on YouTube. And to listen anytime you want, you can download full episodes on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music. We are your hosts, Cori and Chris Silva, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.